Hey, welcome to Bikes, Boats, and Bivouacs. We're hitched up and ready to go. We're rolling out tomorrow morning. You can see I got two of the kayaks on. Got my e-bike. Got Marie's bike. Our first stop is Pocahontas State Park in Virginia. I'll bring you back when we get there. We have made it to our site. We are in site number 4 at Pocahontas State Park. This is actually a pull-through site. Now let's take a look at this site. You can see on the surf side, it has electric and water. And the electric is 30 or 20, so no 50 amp. There's really good water pressure. There is no sewer. They have a dump station on the way out. Now we're just here one night on our way to Creekfire, so we're not going to bother dumping the tank. But you can see it's a pull through, then you would run down this way. So here's the fun side. There's Phoebe. It's about 98 degrees, so she's huffing a little while the air conditioner cools down. I left it on the hitch because we're only here one night, and I did put the stabilizer jacks down, but if you look, level side to side, and it was level front to back. I really didn't have to do anything. I've just left the awning in. There's a potential for thunderstorms a few hours from now, so got the stabilizer jacks down, left it on the hitch, and just going to leave the awning in. So the play side over here is where all the stuff is. Notice there is a picnic table, there's a fire ring, and then there's the hook for your lantern or trash, and there is Marie. What do you think of this place, Marie?
We're at
Pocahontas State Park in Virginia.
It's a hot one.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wore lighter clothes.
There you go. That AC will crank that unit down, because when I was in Key West, it worked great. Okay, so here is the like the play area, right? So you could pitch a tent here if you wanted, or a gazebo, and hang out here. There is like a pathway over to the next site, so I'm thinking at one point this might have been like a giant pull-through just on the one side instead of going across to the other side. I'm leaving the bikes and the kayaks on there just because it's, you know, it's an overnight trip. We'll take Phoebe for a walk, and I'll get some video of the campground. The cost, it was 50 bucks for a night, and the sites are nice, and staff was really friendly. So looks like you know, we could spend more time here down the road, but we would book more days here. This was just like a preliminary look to see if this state park would be worth multiple days. So we'll check all that out. Phoebe, you ready for a walk? She is our international camping cocker spaniel, the Merle. Phoebe is 3 years old now, topped out at around 21 pounds, and it's a great travel dog. All right, let's check out the campground. So when you come into the campground, you'll go to the first guard shack, and you just tell them you're registering for the campground, and they'll have you pull over and walk into the office. And so here you can see, you'll come to this intersection, and you can see sites 1 to 13 are this way, 14 to 65 are that way. They have some yurts, some cabins, and then a camp store and laundry. So we'll check it out. So here's site number 1. It's a pull-through with water and electric. And you see it's a big site. You could put a big rig in there. and the road is wide, so no issue with traffic. Here's site 2. Also a pull-through, not quite as long, and notice that, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it's sloped a little forward. So just bear that in mind, that you might have to put a couple boards under your tires to get high enough to jack the front up to make it level. Again, water and electric. It really is a nice looking campground. Here's site 3, and you can see the Grey Wolf toy hauler in there. Looks relatively level once you crest it and get up to the site. Side to side, it's off a little, maybe 3 inches to level that one up. And the other thing with leveling, you know, depending on where you put your tires, it could be drastically different. Here's our site, site number 4, and you can see it's shaded, and my rig was perfectly level side to side, and on my hitch it was level back to back, so I just stabilized everything for our one night here. Put the chairs out. Here's site 5. 5 is another pull through with water and electric, and you see he's got a big fiber in there, so that's a nice long site, and he has a picnic table and his fire ring on that side. And there's one of the campers that I'm looking at. That's an Apex Nano. And that one doesn't have a slide on it, but you can see that site, it's relatively flat and then heads down towards the other side of the road because it's a pull through, and then has a huge area to the right. What's your impression, Baba?
It's a nice campground. I love that there's older trees.
Yeah.
The forest is grown, and it's well kept from what I see.
Here is site 7. Another pull through with a lot of space on the side. So the sites are nice and large. What do you think of the site size?
Yeah, big enough.
Yeah. Here's site 8. This is another well shaded, slightly sloped towards the front, but there is that crest at the top. Nice picnic table that's shaded by the trees. On a day like today when it's 98 and humid, that shade comes in handy. Here's site 9. Water and electric, pull through, relatively level side to side. Picnic table and fire ring on that side all the way over. Here's site 10. 10 is a pull through site. Water and electric, the normal picnic fire ring. Nice, very nice. Here's site 11. Pull through site, lots of shade and a very wide play area on the fun side. Here's site 12. That's a big site too. Here's site 13, and this is a really big site, probably the biggest one in here. Goes all the way up to the crest, and then you see you got your fun side stuff over there. That's a big site. Out of the 13 sites, I think there's 14 on this side. I still like mine the best, number 4. It's shaded, it's long enough, and pull through, which makes it easy when you're traveling. And at 50 bucks for the night, you need electric. You can't boondock unless you have a big solar program or you're at a place where you can run your generator, right? So you gotta have electric. So glad we booked this with electric. appears as if they have a pool here, a bunch of hiking trails, so we'll go over that at the end on the different amenities that they have. Here's the bathroom. They got changing table. Got 3 sinks, a couple urinals, 2 stalls. Looks like this is the handicap stall. Got some railings. Got a hook. So that'll work. Now in the back of the bathhouse, they do have the showers. They have toilets on one side, and then the showers are individual. So this is the handicap shower. So they have the bars and an extra seat. There's a regular shower. So adequate. They do have a schedule of activities. Here is their program guide. All right, I want to give you our thoughts on Pocahontas State Park in Virginia. Now, we were just here on an overnight stay on our way to Creekfire down in Savannah, Georgia. Now, this campground is located in a 7,600 acre state park. And as you saw in the video, they have some yurts, they have some cabins, and they have a ton of sites. The sites that we preferred, the first 13 sites, are pull-through, and you saw in the video they're really large campsites that can accommodate really big rigs. So even though it's a state park and there's a lot to do, if you're headed down 95, this is not a bad overnight stay, and there's a dump station on the way out. Now, as far as things to do, they have a ton of trails. There's over 90 miles of trails in this state park. 10 miles of it for hiking only. And they do have 44 miles of mountain bike trails. And they're next to the James River Park Trail system also. So there's a lot to do there from a hiking and biking perspective. They do have multi-use trails also, about 33 miles. Can be used by hikers, bikers, and equestrians, so they have some space for horses. Swimming. Now, when we were there, it was hot. They have an aquatic recreation center. It's open from 11 to 6 every day, from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And there's a toddler pool. There's a fountain wet deck. There's a 3-foot and 5-foot deep leisure pools. So they have 2 pools, and they have tubular water slides and an activity pool. So, you know, just really nice if you're going to spend some time here at the park itself rather than just using it as an overnight. Fishing and boating. There's 3 lakes. You can fish during daylight hours. Most people will fish in Swift Creek Lake or Beaver Lake. There's a concrete boat ramp at Swift Creek Lake. You can't use power motors, but you can use electric. There's also another small 7-acre lake. You know, if you enjoy watercraft and water activities, this is a good spot. Now, we don't haul the pontoon boat with us when we have the camper, but we do rack the kayaks, and we have our bikes with us. We can either take the bicycles, my e-bike, or we can take our little Honda Groms in the back of the truck. So, you know, this is a state park that we want to spend time there, you know, using the facilities and enjoying the area, because there's a lot to do at that state park. Nearby is the Bright Hope Horse Complex. Large parking lot, picnic tables, restroom. They have 2 exercise rings, for your horses. So there's a multi-use trail there. So if you're camping with your equestrian friends, you know, there's trails they can ride on at the park, the multi-use trails, and there's also this area nearby that you could use. So we would definitely go back. We will go back to this state park at some point and spend a week there to enjoy all the activities. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Look, if you enjoyed this video or it helped you, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, helps us out a lot. Also ring that bell, you'll be notified every time we put up a new video. And give the video a thumbs up, that helps it be seen by a wider audience. But more important than all that, go have some fun out there. Hey, thanks for watching.